Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam. So an ideal king like Yudhishthira, he can rule over not only over the land, over the seas, all over the planet. This is the idea. The modern English law of primogeniture, or the law of inheritance by the firstborn, was also prevalent in those days when Maharaj Yudhishthira ruled the earth and the seas. Then the whole planet, including the seas. In those days, the king of Hastinapur, now part of New Delhi, was the emperor of the world, including the seas, up to the time of Maharaj Parikshit. The grandson of Maharaj Yudhishthira, his younger brothers were acting as his minister and commanders of state. And there was full cooperation between the perfectly religious brothers of the king. Maharaj Yudhishthira was the ideal king or representative of Lord Sri Krishna. The king should be the representative of Krishna. To rule over the kingdom of earth and was comparable to King Indra, the representative ruler of the heavenly planet. The demigods like Indra, Chandra, Surya, Varuna, Vayu, etc. are representative kings of different planets of the universe. And similarly, Maharaj Yudhishthira was also one of them, ruling over the kingdom of the earth. Maharaj Yudhishthira was not a typically unenlightened political leader of modern democracy. Maharaj Yudhishthira was instructed by Bhishma Deva and the infallible Lord also, and therefore he had full knowledge of everything in perfection. The modern elected executive head of the state is just like a puppet because he has no kingly power. Even if he is enlightened like Maharaj Yudhishthira, he cannot do anything out of his own goodwill due to his constitutional position. Therefore, there are so many states over the earth quarreling because of ideological differences or other selfish motives. But a king like Maharaj Yudhishthira had no ideology of his own. He had but to follow the instruction of the infallible Lord and the Lord's representative and the authorized agent Bhishma Deva. It is instructed in the Shastras that one should follow the great authority and the infallible Lord without any personal motive and manufactured ideology. Therefore, it was possible for Maharaj Yudhishthira to rule the whole world, including the seas, because the principles were infallible and universally applicable to everyone. The conception of one world state can only be fulfilled if we can follow the infallible authority. An imperfect human being cannot create an ideology acceptable to everyone. Only the perfect and the infallible can create a program which is applicable at every place and can be followed by all in the world. It is the person who rules and not the impersonal government. If the person is perfect, the government is perfect. If the person is a fool, the government is a fool's paradise. That is the law of nature. There are so many stories of imperfect kings or executive heads. Therefore, the executive head must be a trained person like Maharaj Yudhishthira, and he must have the full autocratic power to rule over the world. The conception of a world state can take shape only under the regime of a perfect king like Maharaj Yudhishthira. The world was happy in those days because there are kings like Maharaj Yudhishthira to rule over the world. Let this king follow Maharaj Yudhishthira and show an example of how monarchy can make a perfect state. There is an instruction in the Shastras, and if he follows, he can do that. He has got the power. Then, because he was so perfect king, then representative of Krishna, therefore, Kamang Bhavarsa Purjanna. Purjanna means rainfall. So, rainfall is the basic principle of supply of all necessities of life. Rainfall. Therefore Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Annad bhavanti bhutani purjannat anna sambhava. If you want to make people happy, and both man and animal, there are animals also, they are, these rascal state executive, sometimes they make a show of benefit for the men, but no benefit for the animal. Why? Why this injustice? They are also born in this land, they are also living entity, they may be animal, they have no intelligence, they have intelligence, not as good as of man. That does it mean that a regular slaughterhouse should be constructed for killing them? Is that justice? Not only that, anyone, if he comes to this state, the king should give him shelter. Why distinction? Anyone takes shelter. Sir, I want to live in your state. He must be given all facilities. Why this? No, you cannot come. You are American, you are Indian, you are this. No? There are so many things. But actually they follow the principles, the Vedic principles. The ideal king will be a good leader, and nature will help. Therefore it is said that during the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira, Kamang Bhavarsa Purjanna Sarva Kama Dugha Mahi, the earth. You get all your necessities from the earth. It does not fall from the sky. Yes, it falls from the sky in the form of rain. But they do not know the science, that how things are coming from earth by the different arrangement. Under certain conditions the rain falls, astral influence, then so many things are produced, the valuable stones, the pearls. They do not know how these things are coming. So therefore, if the king is pious, to help him, the nature also cooperates. And the king, if the government is impious, the nature will not cooperate.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,